Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we bring you the latest news and updates from around the world. We have a lot of exciting stories to share with you, but first, let's dive into our top story. In a surprising move, U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela will be closed. This announcement comes amid escalating tensions between the U.S. and Venezuelan governments, as well as a military campaign against drug cartels off the coast of Venezuela. According to reports, President Trump instructed airlines, pilots, drug dealers, and human traffickers to consider the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela as closed, effective immediately. This move has raised concerns among airlines and travelers, as several major airlines have already suspended flights to Venezuela due to safety concerns. The U.S. government has been increasing pressure on the Venezuelan government with a major military deployment in the Caribbean, including the world's largest aircraft carrier. The stated goal of this campaign is to curb drug trafficking, but the Venezuelan government claims that the true intention is regime change. The situation is complex, and there are many different perspectives on the issue. Some argue that the U.S. has a right to protect its interests and combat drug trafficking, while others see this as an overreach of power and a threat to Venezuelan sovereignty. As the situation continues to unfold, we will be keeping a close eye on developments and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. For now, it's clear that the closure of Venezuela's airspace will have significant implications for travelers, airlines, and the broader region. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we continue to explore the complex and often troubling stories from around the world, I want to take a closer look at the recent surge in kidnappings and violence in Nigeria. This is a story that has been unfolding for weeks, with multiple mass kidnappings reported in the northwest and central regions of the country. According to reports, the most recent kidnappings have resulted in the abduction of over 250 schoolchildren and several staff members from St. Mary's Catholic School in Niger State. While some of the abductees have been released, many remain in captivity, leaving families and communities on edge. The Nigerian government has attributed these kidnappings to Islamist militant groups, specifically ISWAP and Boko Haram. However, analysts and experts are divided on this assessment, with some arguing that local armed groups, known as bandits, are more likely responsible for the recent wave of kidnappings. I want to emphasize that this is a complex issue, with multiple factors at play. It's essential to approach this story with nuance and avoid oversimplification or bias. The fact remains that people from all faiths and backgrounds are being affected by the violence and kidnappings in Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu has promised to ensure the safe rescue of the remaining abductees, but it's unclear how long this will take or what measures will be implemented to prevent future kidnappings. The international community is watching closely, with U.S. President Donald Trump weighing in on the issue and threatening to send troops if the situation doesn't improve. As we consider this story, I want to acknowledge the fear, uncertainty, and suffering that many Nigerians are experiencing. It's crucial that we prioritize a balanced and informed understanding of the situation, recognizing the complexities and nuances at play. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, I want to bring to your attention a compelling story from the Middle East. Pope Leo XIV's visit to Lebanon has been met with mixed reactions, particularly from Christian communities in the southern region. While many are eager to see the Pope and receive his blessings, others feel neglected and overlooked. In the village of Alma al-Chub, near the Israeli border, residents are still rebuilding their lives after Israeli airstrikes demolished or damaged almost 300 homes during the war with Hezbollah. Despite their struggles, the villagers have come together to rebuild and restore their community. However, they express disappointment that the Pope's itinerary does not include a visit to their region. Mayor Chadi Saya of Alma al-Chab wrote a heartfelt letter to Pope Leo XIV, inviting him to visit their village and show support for the Christian community. The letter reads, "Your visit, even if brief, would be a profound source of strength for us, a sign that the Church remembers her children on the borders, and a message to the world that these lands and their people are not forgotten. The story highlights the complexities of the region and the challenges faced by Christian communities in Lebanon. While the Pope's visit is seen as an opportunity for spiritual guidance and support, it also underscores the need for greater understanding and engagement with marginalized communities. As we conclude this segment, it's essential to acknowledge the diverse perspectives and experiences of individuals affected by conflict and displacement. By sharing their stories and struggles, we can foster empathy and promote a more nuanced understanding of the world around us. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.